It's top of the table clash, just like the old days, just like our uncles, Sir Alex and Arsene Wenger did back in the day. A real Premier League classic um event because it meant something to both teams because we're both at the top of the table and we're not just scrapping for fourth like last year. So yeah, it was going into it. It was a nervy game. I'm sure United were confident. I'm sure Arsenal fans were confident, and that's how it should be. With I would say the two great teams of the Premier League era. What's your guys' thoughts going into the game?
Yeah, all Man United fans. That I think we were a bit nervous because of Casemiro. Casemiro was a big difference in my eyes. Him not being available, meant that we weren't confident. Man United fans weren't really confident. If we had Casemiro, we would have been more confident. But unfortunately, got that yellow card. But first off, you know what? One good thing I can take away is that Man United have made progress. Like we're going toe to toe with the best teams in the country.
Yeah,
And we couldn't say that last season. We couldn't say that for a while. Before, when we were playing, we'd have to compromise or change our formation to kind of prevent the other team from doing what they're doing. But this game, we went all out. We was like, okay, we're going to do our thing and impose our game on Arsenal, even though we're away from home. So it's good for Man United fans in that sense. But yeah, we could have. I think Man United could have won that game. We created chances to score. Maybe not as many clear-cut chances as Arsenal, but I think the way the balance of play when Man United could have potentially created more chances and took the game. But yeah, Arsenal came out quick, kind of dominated the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then Man United kind of got into the game. And then 1-0, Nketiah.
no, wasn't it?
Was it?
Rashford,
Oh,
Rashford,
sorry.
Rashford's great goal,
Where am I
nutmeg
going?
party,
Rashford.
and you see Rashford, yeah. I know El Caps wasn't feeling him for a long time now, for years now, but he's a top player. When he's on form, he is like I'm not saying he's Mbappe. He's similar to Mbappe, where they don't need much to be in the game, and they carry so much threat without even doing much. And he doesn't need to be in the game for him to be impactful, and you can see the impact across the whole game. I don't think he played that well, and I will say they have that United have that threat on the left hand side. They don't really have much on the right hand side. If you had as carried as much threat or even a similar amount of threat on the right hand side, it would be much harder to contain because I felt like if we stop Rashford, we win the game.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, great goal from Rashford. Yeah, where am I going? Nketiah. I'm still rattled.
You need me to call him?
This guy. I know. Partey.
I can hear my brain ticking. I'm so rattled, bro.
Partey. I don't think he played well.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Gave away the ball. Rashford took it, chopped him. Fam, sent him back to Ghana. Great finish. Great finish. Yeah, Rashford. He's not the type to be creating opportunities for the striker. He's a winger that's the goal threat. You saw like when he gets the ball, he wants to dribble out the defender. He wants to go direct, cut on his right foot and shoot. That's his game. And yeah, he was a threat in the first half. El Caps, I think you mentioned before, he kind of faded out in the second half. He looked tired. I agree. He didn't really do much second half, but first half he was a big threat to Ben White. Got him booked. They had to take Ben White off for Tomiyasu. So yeah, first half Rashford done well. Maybe again, like you said, El Caps, because of the game in midweek. That's why Rashford was a bit tired in the second half of the game. But yeah, he was the major goal for it. Anthony, boy. Yeah, he's not what we thought he was.
90 M's.
Yeah, he's not worth that money. He
if
looked fretful at times, but
if you look at it, yeah, we had a lot of chat for Pepe when he came, but even Pepe was better than this. Pepe was better than this.
no.
Trust me.
Pepe was not better than.
I back SB fully.
Pepe was
Pepe
better.
was
Pepe wasn't.
better than Anthony. Anthony's so one-footed.
No.
Bro, it's unreal. He
Pepe
is
was.
so one-footed. It's unreal. He's such a detriment to our attack. He gets the ball. You can tell exactly what he's going to do before he does it. Gets the ball, runs at the defender, realizes he's not fast enough. FIFA's got him as 93 pace. I can't believe 93. What? He gets the ball on his left foot, tries to run at the defender, realizes I can't use my right foot to go past him, so he's going to roll the ball over, check back in on his left, and pass it back in.
Yeah.
And that's all he does. That's all he does. Get the ball, run a little bit. I can't beat the defender. I'm going to roll my foot a little bit, check it back in. And that's it. That's all we get from that guy.
Nah, man, I got to put some respect on Anthony's name. He's not worse than Pepe. No way. He's not. In my
Tell
opinion,
me what he's done better than Pepe.
Score goals.
Pepe scored goals as well.
Yeah, Pepe got like 18 goals and assists in his first year, and he wasn't even that good.
Did he?
Yeah, he got numbers like that. And he wasn't that good.
Tell me what Anthony's done better than Pepe.
What? I thought goals.
Pepe got like 8, 9 goals and like 10 assists across all
Anthony's
comps.
got 3 goals in the league.
Yeah, I know at this stage there can't be too much of a difference in terms of goals. The amount of goals that Pepe's got and the amount of goals that Anthony's got with the games played, it can't be that much of a difference. And I would even think Anthony's got more.
We'll
do that research, man. Don't worry.
If Anthony's worth 90 mil, how much is Saka worth? Saka must be 200 mil. Saka was cooking Shaw. Bro, spit roast, cooking them, glazed them with honey. Cook, from minute 1, 2, 3, 4, 90. Cook. Fam, it was overcooked. Wow, I felt sorry for Sean, man. And people were saying, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he lost his man at the back post. He didn't even see Eddie behind him. Yeah, but he did all right. He had some good tackles in there. The third goal that we conceded, he played thingy offside, and he should have been watching the line. But he wasn't as bad. Shaw was getting spit roast. It looked like Pornhub at times. He was getting cooked. It was mad. Like every time Saka come up to him, it's like, fam, please. Like you can see him like, please, bro, please. Just kept back and I was like, yo, dive in. And people were saying Wan-Bissaka played worse than Shaw. Fred had to come on to help Shaw out. If Fred didn't come on to help Shaw out, it would have been deadly day.
Ten Hag made a mistake there because I feel like you have to double up Saka. You can do it with the winger, or you can do it with extra centre mids. So starting Eriksen, being offensive. He was talking about being offensive in his press conferences before. Eriksen is a good player when he have a lot of time on the ball. But if you started Fred today, but possibly he could have doubled up on Saka and he could have left Rashford up top.
But the thing is, that's why he started short, because remember when we played you lot at Old Trafford, how Saka, he's a problem, man. He's just cooking our wingers for fun. Remember what he did to Malacia?
Yeah.
Just so much here, he lost his confidence.
But
we couldn't afford it. We thought Shaw might be able to contain him a bit more, but then he was cooking Shaw as well. And then we can't put on Fred and McTominay. That's too. We can't.
Yeah.
The problem is we didn't have Casemiro. So we had to play Eriksen because you can't have Fred, McTominay, and Eriksen in the middle. That is problematic. You would have beaten us 4-1 if we did that.
Yeah,
because already you were over us.
Yeah,
and you man had Zinchenko just kept coming in, acting as the fourth man in the middle, and he was just overrunning us. Already we was dying, and then Zinchenko just kept coming in. So we had to deal with Partey, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Xhaka. But it was problematic, and he got Saka, Martinelli on the wings. Fam.
Yeah, sure. Like you were saying, I think because he shares he's in the England squad with him, he knows what Saka's capable of. So he's like, I know Saka is probably faster than me. He can take me on the outside or the inside. So let me just back off. But the problem was he was giving him too much space.
Too much.
Saka could literally just square up and make a pass.
Yeah, he had all the time in the world to make a decision.
All the time. Yeah, so...
But he should have doubled him. Like Ten Hag should have said, "Nah, I'm not allowing you to do that." After
the things,
we all saw it. Everybody saw it.
We all saw it. Everyone saw him getting cooked. But we tried to double him with Fred, and then you saw it was working a little bit. But then it was too late. But it was 2-2, and then the third goal, Fred left. There was that space in between where Fred got in too late, and then flipping Odegaard got the ball in through to my man Eddie Murphy. Yo, there's nothing. I blame Ten Hag for this loss because the last 20-25 minutes here, when you lot were just cooking us. You know, just coming at us like the flipping, like the flood. It was peak. Ten Hag was too defensive. He was too passive in that moment because you lot were pinning us back. Workhorse, he did well. I can't lie. He
He
won
played
some
really
nice
well,
flicks
yeah.
and good hold up play, but you could tell he was getting. He wasn't really cutting it. Put Rashidi. Rashidi was our only threat. It was Rashidi or die, and we died. Eventually, we died. But take off Workhorse, put Rashidi up top, bring on Garnacho. At least then Arsenal got something to worry about. You're thinking about the pace on the break. Rashidi and Garnacho coming at you. Rashidi's tired, but he can still act as a decoy because he can still jog a little bit and you're thinking, rah, he's coming at us, and you got Garnacho to come on fresh legs and relieve some pressure. But when you ain't got that and you're just inviting pressure for 20 minutes, eventually you're going to break down. And we did last minute because we played well defensively, but that pressure is overwhelming.
Yeah.
You man just kept coming wave on wave on wave. Eventually was going to crack. I'm not too disappointed because we played the right, but the last 20 minutes we cost ourselves. But boy, I need to say Odegaard is sensational, man. He's sensational. Him and Saka.
Yeah.
Start of the season, I was saying Saka's not top 5. Please ignore me. Saka's top 5. World, Prem, whatever. He's top 5. Saka could beat you left, right, middle. Anywhere you want. Any dance you want to go to, Saka will beat you for it.
And today he started to shoot today too. We don't really see him doing pop shots like that, and he did it and it worked today. So hopefully that's something.
But he's sort of like he was beating Shaw down the right, beat him to the touchline, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to show you something else. Cut, boom, scored, and he nearly scored again where he hit the post. Fine, I saw the light.
Yeah, Man United. It says a lot that we're relying on 18-year-old Garnacho to come on, and Fred. We need more options. Our options are not good enough right now. Yeah, and it's disappointing, man. It's disappointing. Wan-Bissaka,
he was at his props. He did well though today. Let's be honest. He did well.
He was at full for Nketiah's first goal.
Yeah, didn't see him even coming. Didn't even turn around to look at him.
He was sleeping, and even before, in possession, he kind of messed up, and the corner resulted from that. And then Arsenal got their goal. The third goal, he played Nketiah onside, but in my opinion, if you watch it, it was too quick for him to step up. Like there was not enough time for him to block the cross, step up. Like it happened too quickly.
The third goal came because, again, Saka again. Saka's sucking so much man to his side. When Arsenal pushed the ball to the other side, all our players were on Saka's side because we're so worried about him. And then we left Wan-Bissaka 1 versus 2. You saw it. You saw. I think Odegaard was then, and Trossard was running at Wan-Bissaka. So he had to go into Wan-Bissaka. But there's no one there for Odegaard in the middle. And then by then he was in no man's land, and then he could not push up too fast enough. That was Arteta masterclass, man. He's done a sensational job with Arsenal. I can't really blame Wan-Bissaka for that third goal.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it on him, but
I can't blame him, man.
Yeah, I do have to say it's a shame we didn't have Casemiro though.
He would have made a difference.
The only reason, listen,
what you want? You lot were celebrating, saying, "No, no Casemiro." You lot knew what going.
The second half, especially,
what's he gonna do?
Man United couldn't get control in midfield,
and he was gonna get on the ball.
Yes, he would have stopped some of your attacks.
And Eriksen can't.
Bruv,
who's better on the ball? Eriksen or Casemiro? Who's better on the ball?
Casemiro. Bruv, Eriksen is tired. Eriksen, bruv, for the last 3 months, Eriksen ain't done nothing. That guy's existing right now. He's just existing.
Casemiro is better on the ball than Eriksen. That's what you're telling me.
Right now, the last 3 months, Casemiro has been. Eriksen has been. He's been a negative for us right now.
I'll say
he's not doing much.
I'll say Casemiro is more effective in midfield. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, of course he is. But I don't really see him stopping. I just don't see him impacting the game.
No.
You might sank too deep. Regardless of whether he was in the game, you were gonna sink deep, right?
No, but the thing is,
you would have sunk
what I said earlier.
25 minutes.
You're forgetting he's got that experience. He knows how to push a team forward. He's got that leadership. And the thing is, you lot had at one point he was playing like 4 versus 2 in the middle. He has Zinchenko constantly coming in. McTominay he was a training cone second half. I'm not going to say he was crap because he had some timely interceptions on the lines, But in terms of the midfield responsibilities, they were passing around him at times. He was literally a training cone. Ericsson missing. He wasn't nothing. So that's two midfielders being bypassed. Fred is still getting sucked in by Saka. So literally, our midfielders are gone.
That's the thing. You know what the crazy thing is, yeah? In the past, we used to say, Arsenal can be overpowered, they can be overrun. Today, Man United got overpowered.
Because we didn't have Casemiro.
Christian Eriksen overpowered. I don't know if you remember, but do you see when Anthony was on the right and then Partey just ran like he was a small boy?
Fam, that pace 93 on FIFA. See Partey jogged and caught him. And then Anthony was like, Anthony, fam, you better put your hands down.
I hate Anthony's his facial expression too, because he thinks he's so good too. That's the thing. He thinks he's so good, and he's not. He's not that good.
Yeah, man. That's why
the thing is, he's not used to the people's It's like he's trying to overcomplicate the thing. Just do it quicker, bro. He gets the ball. I don't even know what to make of that guy, man. He's just so one-footed, man.
I think Sancho needs to come back. I think he's back in training now, so Sancho eventually should be on that side.
But Sancho is the same. We had the same problem with Sancho on the right. Couldn't beat a man.
I still think Sancho's better though.
Yeah, Sancho is better than Anthony because Anthony right now, yeah, boy.
Benz, you don't agree. I know you don't agree, do you?
But Sancho, he's not effective on the right though.
I think Sancho can go either way,
Anthony.
And he can combine a bit more. I think Sancho can combine better.
He can, but I'd rather have Anthony on the right than Sancho.
I'm going to reserve judgment on Anthony till Dalot comes back again because they were building something. Because on the right, yeah, you need someone to overlap that guy.
It's true. He needs overlaps.
He needs an overlap, and Wan-Bissaka's not going to give you that. Because even if he's overlapping, yeah, he's overlapping, praying to God you don't pass on the ball. He's not overlapping with purpose. He's overlapping just to be seen to be doing it. Because when you pass on the ball, yeah, it's like he's like a deer caught in headlights. He just looks so lost on the ball. It's mad. We need a Casemiro today, man.
And one other thing I was disappointed about is service to Weghorst. We got the big man. I didn't see one good cross all game.
No.
And this is what I was saying. I was worried about if Man United get like an Osimhen. Because Rashford, he's on cutting in and shooting.
He's for himself, isn't it? That he's for himself.
Anthony, wait.
He's on something, but we don't know what, bro.
Yeah, we don't know what he's on. And another thing, I don't think I've ever seen combination play between Rashford and Anthony. That's worrying. Think about like Liverpool and how Mane and Salah combine with each other. They were getting each other assists. I don't see that with Rashford and Anthony. They're two strangers on the pitch doing their own thing. So at the highest level, Man United will struggle to break teams down because you can't have individuals on the pitch trying to do their thing. You need to be a team.
Anthony and Rashid would make good combination because if Rashid is cutting in combination, bringing in Anthony more into the middle, combines them, Anthony can whack with his left. But then if it's that interchanging across the wings, Anthony's so left-footed, yeah, he's gonna have to. The only thing he can do is just go down the wings. He wouldn't be able to cut back in. He's too limited. That I've never seen someone so one-footed in my life. I thought Valencia was bad.
I'm about to say his name.
Yeah, but at least Valencia could take man on the outside
and do something.
He could go on the outside and make the cross. Yeah,
Valencia's fast, strong. I miss that guy, man. No, but we need to give our props to Arsenal, man. Like they deserve the victory Arteta's done. Someone at Arsenal knows what they're doing because the signings that these are making, they're not missing. They're not missing with their signings. And when you think about the Mudryk signing that they were so desperate for, when I watched Mudryk for Chelsea, I was like, if Arsenal got that boy, it would have been a wrap. Chicken cottage wrap. They would have wrapped that league easy. Because for what he was doing for Chelsea, I was like, raw, this guy.
The little cameo he had, yeah, the touches, the pace.
I was like, raw, Tid. Thank God he didn't go to Arsenal because it would imagine him and Saka. And then Jesus comes back. It would have been long. So yeah, Chelsea, we thank God that he signed that guy because Arsenal would have been. But that shows that Arsenal's scouting system is working now. Whatever the issues are, they fixed it. That new defender that they got supposedly is very good. That
I can't say
guy
his
that they
name.
just
The Polish
they
guy.
signed for 25 mil or something.
Yeah, he played like DM like 10 times already this year. So if he can play DM and you're 6'2", you can also play centre back. So that means you're really good on the ball. So we see how he
So
does.
that's another smart signing. Trossard, very good signing, Premier League experienced.
But he looked a bit lightweight out
No,
there.
he is lightweight, but you don't think he played well? I think he played really well.
No, yeah, he made the pass for
Yeah, like he sucks people in just a
Zinchenko.
little bit, and then he releases it at the right time.
He's a good signing because like you got Martinelli. If he's not playing well, you can bring on Trossard. That's a very good player. And Emil Smith Rowe is back. You got Saka. He's going to come back. You got Eddie. They got good players in every position right now. They got nearly every position. You got Odegaard. You got Xhaka.
Yeah, we're cooking something in Emirates, man. We're cooking something in North London.
So,
yeah, man.
was it December? We had this conversation on Nketiah. SB, you did say wait till January.
Yeah.
And let's revisit this conversation. So,
certified top 10 striker in the league, Eddie Nketiah. You man debate it because I don't need to say nothing else. The evidence is there. He's done enough so far. He's done enough.
we have seen the evidence.
Yeah,
we could not escape.
What's that? 4 goals this month in 5 games, 6 games, Premier League games.
Listen,
So,
I'm not one for ignorance, and like I'm all about the eye test of a footballer, but sometimes stats don't lie in it. The stats are there in it. I can't, as of right now, I can't make any valid arguments to keep him out of that top 10. There's no arguments I can make to keep him out.
it's his overall game. Imagine Eddie Nketiah up front for you guys today with Rashford. The dynamism that you have up front, because Eddie can move left or right, and he's got good touches, decent skills. He can run in behind to hold up the ball. He does everything. He does everything, man.
You know, I'm still struggling to put him in top 10, but he's better than what I thought he was. I'll say that. He's better than what I thought he was. His positioning, he always finds himself in the right place at the right time. Even that chance,
good.
Yeah, he's a good finisher. That chance where he shot it with his left foot in the hair save.
Yeah, great save. Great
save from De Gea, but for him to be in that position, that's natural instincts right there. Natural number 9 instincts. So yeah,
he's a number 9. He's not a forward. He's a striker.
Yeah. So credit to him, and got his 2 goals in the biggest game of the season.
Nah, shout out to Eddie, man. Do this thing.
Yeah, he done his thing.
But man of the match, Saka. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight, man.
Yeah, what I was saying moving forward is, I'm still worried about injury, man. But how I'm thinking about it is moving forward long term is that essentially our main players should not play in no cup games until you reach the semi-final. If you reach the semi-final of the FA Cup, fair enough, play the big boys. If you reach the semi-final of the Europa League, play the big boys. I don't want to see them in any other competition but the Premier League up to the end of the season until we make semi-final.